The Holy Gospel according to St. John, chapter 18, verses 33 to 37. Pilate went back into the praetorium, summoned Jesus, and said to him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Jesus answered, "Do you say this on your own, or have others told you about me?" Pilate answered, "I am not a Jew, am I? Your own nation and the chief priests handed you over to me. What have you done?" Jesus answered, "My kingdom does not belong to this world. If my kingdom did belong to this world, my attendants would be fighting to keep me from being handed over to the Jews. But as it is, my kingdom is not here." So Pilate said to him, "Then you are a king?" Jesus answered, "You say I am a king. For this I was born, and for this I came into the world, to testify to the truth. Everyone who belongs to the truth listens to my voice." Today we celebrate the feast of Christ the King. And so we think about Jesus, Christ, as a king. First of all, let us think about the word king. What and who is a king? Well, a king, of course, is a man or a male sovereign or monarch. And usually it's for life. And he's the chief authority over a country and people. That's what a king is. And it's interesting to note that from the birth of Jesus until his death, that word king always seemed to come up and to be united to him, to be applied to him. For example, take Christmas. In the Christmas story, you have the birth of Jesus, and then you have the Magi coming from the east, looking for the King of the Jews. Where is the newly born King of the Jews? They said king. Of course, Herod did not like that word. But he was called king. And even those who are not Jews called him a king. And then, as we go on reading the Gospel, we can see that, for example, that when Jesus fed the large crowd of people, that they were so pleased and happy, and they wanted to make him a king. But Jesus, of course, did not want to be known as a king of this world. And so he went off into the mountains by himself. And then the word king also comes up in the Passion of Jesus, this gospel I just read. Pilate, who was representing the emperor, Caesar, he says to Jesus, "Are you the king of the Jews?" And Jesus, of course, replied later on, "My kingdom does not belong to this world." He did not say he was not a king. No, he is the king of the universe. He is the creator of the universe. And so he is the master and the chief authority of the universe. So he says, my kingdom does not belong to this world. But he does not deny the fact that he is a king. And in fact, that strikes Pilate. So much so that he says, then you are a king. He had his doubts, but at the same time, there was something about Jesus that was royal. And Pilate, recognized that. So the word, and even at the crucifixion of Jesus, over the head of Jesus as he hung on the cross, there was written the words, the inscription, which Pilate insisted upon be placed there. Jesus the Nazarene, the King of the Jews. So from his birth until his death, he was the king. And he is still the king of the universe. But this day is just not a time to commemorate the royalty and the kingship of Jesus. I think it's a time for us to reflect upon Jesus and my own individual self. That Jesus becomes not only King of the universe and of all peoples and all nations, but that we invite Jesus into our hearts, especially at Mass and Holy Communion, when we receive Jesus into our body and into our soul. We want to receive him into our hearts as King, that he might rule our hearts and that we might be obedient subjects to him, we pray, on this beautiful feast of Christ the King. May King Jesus, King of the universe, always be the King of our hearts, and may he bless you in every way.